Coach, how difficult is a game like that when you have a team like Grand Valley score a touchdown on a blocked field goal, a touchdown on an interception return? How difficult is it for you to come back in a game like that?
Yeah, it's obviously extremely difficult because they're a good team, and so in the second half they shortened the game. They did a good job running the ball, controlling the clock, and that put a lot of pressure on us offensively to really have to play perfect in the second half. We needed to come out and win the third quarter. That's what we talked about at halftime. And we came out and got a stop on defense, and then offensively we just we struggled on third down. And so when you don't convert on third down, you have a lot of drives stall. And I thought we had the ball, moved the ball well, but we just couldn't convert on third down when we needed to, and that hurt us today.
A couple bright spots in the game where obviously Derek Hinton Jr. had a pretty good game, was getting open in the secondary, made a couple big plays in the kick return game, and also Isaiah Johnson back made a couple of really nice plays out there in the receiving game as well. What did you see from your receiving core and your special teams returns that is a bit of a bright spot today?
Yeah, we had some guys make some plays. It's good to see Derek Hinton get going again. Just you look at the first half of the game, and we misfit a run, which gave him a touchdown, and then we threw an interception, which they returned for a touchdown, and then we dropped a touchdown, and then we had to try to kick a 55-yard field goal, and then they blocked it and ran it back, so that was a 14-point swing, and we would have been looking at 14-10 with a lot of momentum, feeling really good about ourselves there in the middle of the second quarter, and so that was like a critical sequence in the game. We were wide open, had the ball in our hands, and just didn't look it in. And so, it's disappointing. I know our kids are really disappointed. We didn't play our best today, and that's on me. And so, I got to do a better job and get these guys ready to go because we got another big time challenge. This week at Texas A&M Commerce.
Was there anything you saw in that fourth quarter from some of the kids that came into the game, players that came into the game, for the last few minutes, last few drives, especially that play that Newberg made on that touchdown pass, standing in there taking that hit? Anything that you saw in that last few sequences of plays that could kind of build some momentum for next week?
Yeah, obviously Colby came in and we saw some good things. We saw some flashes. I thought he ran the ball well, and he threw the ball well. I think he was like 4 for 6, and then he obviously connected with Isaiah there down the sideline. So, that's good to see. He's a redshirt freshman, and we had 3 redshirt freshmen, start on the offensive line. So we had a lot of young guys that had to play today. We were a little banged up, but there's no excuses. I thought we had a great week of practice, and so we just got to rebound. We can't dwell on this one. We have no time for that. But it's always good to see some young guys get in the game and do some positive things. They've worked really hard, and they waited their turn. So for them to get the opportunity to get in this game and do some things, it was good to see. But you got to give Grand Valley credit. They took advantage of the opportunities that we gave them, and that's what good teams do. And so we can't afford to continue to give people things. Even as well as we played in Wayne State, we gave them 14 points on things that were under our control. And so we got to continue to improve, and we cannot allow ourselves to make critical errors. Because really there's 4 plays in the first half that resulted in 28 points for Grand Valley. I thought we stopped the run extremely well in the first half. We ran the ball well in the first half. I think we had 42 plays in the first half to their 20. And so, we controlled the ball. Our critical errors really propelled them and gave them a lot of momentum, and that was just it was a lot to overcome there in the second half. And so, give them credit. They had a good game plan in the second half to try to just run the ball and shorten the game, and that just that put a lot of pressure on our offense.
Kind of turning the page to next week. I know you mentioned you've traveled over 2,000 miles already this year, and your 3 road games that you played. You're going to get a little bit of that and then some going down to Texas next week. What are you expecting this next week of practice to be like in preparation for that big road trip?
Yeah, we got to get right back up. I mean, we haven't had a week off. All of our opponents have been top-notch opponents, and this one, Texas A&M Commerce is a national powerhouse, and we're going on the road and going to their place. So it's going to be a great environment. It's going to be a huge challenge, one that I'm looking forward to, and I think our kids are going to be looking forward to. So we just gotta, we gotta be upset about this one for 24 hours, and then it's time to move on, and we got to get back to work, and we got to focus on what we need to do to continue to grow and improve as a football team.
One more thing, maybe on the brighter side, we had quite a large crowd out there today supporting the team. How great was it to be back home, to see a crowd like that and an environment like that at Wake Stadium?
Yeah, it was a great crowd, great environment, great enthusiasm. I'm just disappointed we couldn't give them a better show, so that's frustrating for me. But it was awesome. The new scoreboard was great. That was really cool, and just the energy and the enthusiasm, from our student section. I thought they were awesome today. I'm just frustrated we couldn't give them more to cheer about. And so it was really just early in that second quarter, it was a critical point in the game where, we didn't make a play. They block a kick, and that really changed the momentum of the game. But I felt like, we got down, we scored right before the half. I thought we did a good job managing that situation. I was just going to run the clock out, so I didn't want to have us make another mistake and, maybe give them, some extra momentum. And we had the opportunity to go for a Hail Mary there. So I said, okay, let's take a shot. And then they had a personal foul, and then, we changed it up on them, and we scored a touchdown and made it 28-10. And I thought, at halftime our guys, really had the right mentality, right mindset. And then just, third quarter, we just when we got our first opportunity there offensively, we just didn't drive down and cash in, and we needed to win the third quarter to have an opportunity to come back and win that game, and we just didn't do that today.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.